Hello students, how are you? I hope that you're doing good. So today I'm going to explain about the review for the final test. So let's begin with the number one. Okay, so for the number one, write the functions of the transport systems in mammals. So basically, if you're talking about the transport system in mammals, they have three functions which are there. The first one is to circulate the oxygens, the carbon dioxide, the nutrients, the microbiolotes, so basically it's around your body. The second one is to maintain your body temperatures and pH, and the last one is to facilitate your immune systems. Okay, so next we're moving to number one. Okay, so for number one, there are two types of cardiovascular systems, which are the systemic circuits and the pulmonary circuits. So the questions explain the pathway of the systemic circuits and the pulmonary circuits. So firstly, I want to explain that what is the difference between the systemic circuits and the pulmonary circuits. So their main difference is the systemic circuit is circulates around your organs, your major vital regions, while for the pulmonary circuits, it circulates around your lungs. So firstly, I want to explain about the systemic circuits. So to understand about the pathway of each of the circuits, you need to know about the structures of the heart. Firstly, you know that the heart is divided into four parts. The very front parts, it's the atrium divided into two, which are the right atrium and then the left atrium. And then the very bottom part is we call it as the ventricles. Ventricles are divided into two, the same as atrium. It's the left ventricles and the right ventricles. So firstly, it's the systemic circuits. So the blood from the superior and inferior vena cava, you can take a look at the slide here. Okay, the blood from the superior vena cava and inferior vena cava, and then it moves to the right atrium, right? After it moves to the right atrium, it moves to the right ventricles. After that, it circulates your lungs. It's where the carbon dioxide and oxygen diffuses. After that, it moves to the left atrium, to the left ventricle. After that, to the aorta, and then it moves to the body, your body organs, and the major vital regions. And then it moves to the inferior and the superior vena cava, and back to the right atrium again. So that's for the systemic circuits. Next is for the pulmonary circuits. This one is regulates around your lungs. So the blood from the origins or your body organs, it moves to the right atrium, to the right ventricle, and then it moves to the pulmonary vein arteries, where the carbon dioxide and oxygen diffuses to each other, and then it moves to the pulmonary veins, and in the last part, it moves to the left atrium. Right. The third one, we know the blood is composed of 55% of plasma blood and 45% of erythrocytes, leukocytes, and platelets. So the questions explain the characteristics of and the functions of the erythrocytes, leukocytes, and the platelets. Okay, so we know that erythrocytes are used to carry the oxygens. Okay, erythrocyte contains the hemoglobin, which is the recombinant, and made of the iron, and then the protein, which is globin. Erythrocytes are produced in the red bone marrow, and they have a lifespan of about 150 days before they are destructed in the heart, in the liver, and the spleens. So the destructions of the erythrocytes will produce the amino acids, and then the globin, bilirubin, and liver things. The characteristics of erythrocytes, firstly, they have the concave shape. They are flexible, they are small, they don't have the nucleus, they don't have the mitochondria, they also do not have the reticulum, endoplasmic reticulum. The next is leukocytes. Leukocytes used to fight the infections by directly destroying the foreign antigens or by making your antibodies. So basically, in short, the leukocyte used to fight the infections. So leukocyte, it can be found in the tissue fluid, it can be found in the lymph, and there are two types of leukocytes, the granular one, the agranular one. So the regular one divided into two. There are the neutrophils, eosinophils, and basophils. For the irregular, they are divided into two. The monocytes and the lymphocytes. Lymphocytes also divided into two, which are lymphocyte B and lymphocyte T. The characteristics of lymphocytes are, firstly, they all have nucleus. They have bigger size than erythrocytes, and then their shape can be irregular or spherical. The last one, the platelets. The platelets are in charge for the blood clotting. And there is a disease called the hemophilia, which is the disorder in the blood clotting, and it's inherited from their parents usually. The characteristic of platelets, firstly, they have brown cells that lacks nucleus. They are hollow-sized erythrocytes, and the lifespan of the platelets is around 10 days. The fourth is explain the process of the blood clotting by the platelets. So the breaks occurs in the blood vessels. After that, the demonstration would release the thromboplastogens, which is the blood clotting factor with the help of the thrombokinase enzymes. And after that, it initiates a series of reactions involving several clotting factors and the causal ions, and after that it initiates the production of the prothrombin. Prothrombin will change into thrombin. Thrombin will initiate the forming of the fibrin, and then at the end it will provide the framework for the clot. 5 is explain the differences between arteries and veins. Okay, there's actually a lot for this one. So let's take a look for number 1. So arteries, it brings the oxygen-rich blood, okay, and then it also brings the metabolism products to the body, except for the pulmonary arteries, which brings the carbon dioxide-rich blood. And then for the veins bring the carbon dioxide-rich blood and metabolism waste to the heart, except for the pulmonary veins, which bring the oxygen-rich blood. The second, pulses. We can feel a process. It's basically the word of the arteries. Okay, so it's the movement of the heart to the arteries. While in the veins, you cannot feel your pulse. The third one, arteries have a narrow lumen, while for the veins, they have a wide lumen. The fourth one, arteries have a thicker walls, while the veins have a thinner walls. The next is artery have more collagen, they have more fibers compared to the veins. And the last one, arteries have no valves, while the veins they have it. The sixth, write the functions on the characteristics of hemoglobin. Like I have said before, hemoglobin is the red pigment, and also they contain the iron and then globins. So the main functions of the hemoglobin is to carry the oxygens, but they also used to carry the carbon dioxide. They also used to carry the carbon dioxide. The characteristic of the hemoglobin, firstly, they made of iron and proteins, and then the iron contains the heme, which tests the globin, and for one hemoglobin, they can carry 4 oxygen molecules. 7, there are 4 valves of the heart. Write the locations and the characteristics of each valves. Okay, so there are 4: tricuspid valve, mitral valve, pulmonary valve, and aortic valve. The tricuspid valve and mitral valve, they are the atrioventricular valve, which is located between the atria and then the ventricles. The tricuspid valve, it controls the opening between the right atrium and then the right ventricles, while for the mitral valve, it controls the blood between the left atrium and the left ventricle. Pulmonary valve and aortic valve, they are the cellular valves, which controls the blood leaving the heart. For the pulmonary valve, it's situated between the right ventricle and then the pulmonary valve. It controls the flow of the blood from the right ventricles. It also prevents the blood flow back to the right ventricle as it rises. For the aortic valve, it controls the blood flow between the left ventricle and the left atrium and then the aorta. Next, number 8, write the characteristics of the lymphatic systems. So, lymph is a colorless liquid that packed around your body tissues. Lymph circulation is an open circulation because they don't have the special vessels. Lymph circulation system functions as a carrier of fat and proteins. It also used to eradicate the germs or fighting the infections, but it does not transport the oxidants and the carbon dioxide. Okay, next, lymph flow in the lymph vessels. They are affected by the skeletal muscles contractions. Lymphatic systems, they, as a valve, located along the lymph vessels. One of these constituent organs is the thymus gland, and the last one, lymphatic capillaries, takes a switch and bringing it to the bloodstream. Number 9. The cardiac cycle is a sequence that makes the one heartbeat that consists of 3 stages. Those 3 stages are the atrial systole, ventricular systole, and ventricular diastole. Explain those 3 processes. Okay, let's begin with the number 1 is the atrial systoles. Okay, so for the atrial systole, the pressure that developed by this contraction is not very big because you know that the atrium is very thin. But it's enough to force the blood to the atria down through the ventricular valves, atrioventricular valves to the ventricles. The blood from the atria does not go back into the pulmonary veins of vena cava because they have the semilunar valves to prevent the backflow. Okay, so the second stage is the ventricular systole. So about 0.1 seconds after the atrium contracts, it is time for the ventricles to contract. And this one stage we call it as the ventricular systoles. So the thick muscular walls of the ventricles, it will squeeze inwards the blood, so it creates the pressure in the ventricles. So it means that there is a different pressure between the ventricle and then the atrium. And this is caused the atrioventricular valves to shut, preventing the blood from going back into the atrium. Instead, the blood crosses upwards into the aorta and the pulmonary artery, pushing open the semilunar valves in the vessels. The last stage is the ventricular diastoles. So the ventricular systoles, it lasts about 0.3 seconds. And after that, the muscle relaxes, and this process stage we call it as the ventricular diastoles. So as the muscle relaxes, it means that the pressure in the ventricles also drops. Okay. So the high pressures of blood, which pushes into the arteries, will flow back into the ventricles, but because of the presence of the semilunar valves, so during the diastoles, the whole muscle relaxes. Blood from the veins flow into the 2 atria. The blood is at very low pressures, but the thin walls of atria are easily distended, providing very little resistance to the blood flow. Some of the blood trickles downwards into the ventricles through the atrioventricular valves. The atrial muscle then contracts and pushes the blood forcefully down into the ventricles. And the wall cycle begins again. So the last question, albumin is the most abundant plasma proteins, suggests why it is important that the capillary walls should not be permeable to albumin. So the reason is the water will flow out of the blood to the albumin and it will create the edema. So I think that's all for the review for today. I hope that you understand. See you. Bye.